Um, it's like 5 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm not quite feeling up to spontaneous feat of endurance or strength at this very second. And so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm preparing for something awesome here in September. So the awesome thing I'm going to be doing today is I'm working on painting my rifle, because it's really important when you are doing cool stuff in the woods that you look really cool, and having a camo rifle is a way to do that. But also I'm painting these tools because I had painted some of them a while ago. The newer ones I didn't paint yet, but just because like everyone I worked with had Milwaukee, so it's like a way to differentiate. But yeah, I figure it's about time that I hit these bad boys with another coat, and I figured I might as well give them the same paint job that I'm giving my gun, because it's kind of cool, and it's like a cool way to remember Alaska, I guess. So yeah, got the base layer down. Looks a lot better on the gun than on the tools, but that's okay. It'll wear off the metal parts of the tools really fast and look pretty awesome, but I obviously put a lot more work into taping up the parts on the gun that I don't want gooped up. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys again when I get some color on. Okay, got the next layer on. My technique is pretty much I take these leaves and paint the crap out of my hand, and I take the leaves and I just put them over it, and then I have to remember that wherever the leaves are, it's not going to be green, which is kind of confusing. But I got another color of green that's going to go on next, and so by the end of it, hopefully all of these will look like trees. But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I'll see you guys then. Well, guys, it took some work and it took some elbow grease, but I mean, you can barely even tell they're tools now. I mean, it looks just like a tree. Just kidding. Nah, but they look pretty good. Some cool ones got some little leaf details. Others don't look as cool, but that's okay. On all the Milwaukee tools, they have like this raised lettering here. And whenever these dry, I have like a white paint pen I'm gonna do the Milwaukee letters on. And then obviously they got their bright red battery spots still, but my batteries are black, so it'll look better once that's covered up. But yeah, the tools, I mean, they're just tools. But here's the finished product for the rifle. I say finished, but I'll probably mess with this some more whenever the camera's off. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. The green pops a lot more on camera than it does in real life. But yeah, it should do the job. I just didn't love the black speckled look. I thought it looked cooler online than when I actually saw it in person the whole time. And so yeah, now I made it look like a rattle can tree instead. Probably a dumb idea, but I think it looks cool, so that's the important part. So yeah, I guess before I hang up, or before I turn off the camera, I suppose I could do a little bit of Q&A. I think the most common question I get asked up here is, number one is like, how do you like living in Alaska? How do you like it up there? And that's like kind of like It's like a generic one, but to branch it out, like I feel like Alaska is awesome. It's super beautiful, but it's also like that state, or like that person that's like super attractive, but just terrible to be around all the time. And I don't mean that like in a way to like dog on Alaska, but just from like everything I hear and everything I expect with the winter. I mean, we got like a 9-month long winter. The warmest it got all summer is 70 degrees. And I'm someone who likes warmer weather. Like, I am wearing a t-shirt today because it got up to like a whopping 72. But like most of the time, I'm wearing a hoodie in the summer. And I would prefer 90s, 100 degrees even. Like, I like the warmer weather. I naturally am cold inside all the time, so I was kind of missing that this summer. But yeah, I guess it's also just a high maintenance state. Everything is expensive. You got to have like a certain type of car to make it to places up here. You got to fly most of the time. Short drives are like 6 hours long. I don't know. Again, I'm not complaining. Like, it's worth it for how beautiful it is up here and how many awesome things are up here, like animals wise and fishing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely like the the hot girl state, I suppose. And I mean that in the personality of the state, not necessarily the people here. But no offense. But yeah. I guess like the other big question is like, I get asked about like all the like the fun stuff you can do up here, or like all the things to go see. And like honestly, like you guys have seen me see some pretty cool stuff, but like I feel like I'm not the most qualified to answer that because I've only taken 2 Saturdays off since I've been up here, and every other Saturday I've worked. Like today I worked, and I don't know, I just don't really have that much time to go do stuff, so it takes like multiple weeks of preparation for me to actually do something cool. I mean, I think work is cool, I suppose, but when it's all I do every day, it gets less cool, for sure. Yeah, things are definitely ramping up on my project, though. I feel like I'm super involved every day, and I go home when I can no longer take it anymore, as opposed to when I run out of stuff to do. Which is kind of like daunting, to never see an end, but I guess eventually there will be an end to it all. But yeah, I guess that's really it for like the major questions I get all the time. There's a neighborhood cat. He likes me, but I try not to pet him too much because he'll eventually try and come into the house, and I can't afford a pet. Even though it is nice to have an animal that likes me. I'm totally cool with him just coming and saying hi once a week. Also, I don't know if he's got like diseases or anything like that, but yeah, I guess before I end the video, I just want to say that like I feel like sometimes it gets really easy to get nearsighted, and just like focused on your current circumstances, but I feel like gratitude is such a big thing. For like kind of avoiding that mindset and for like getting over that like feeling bad for yourself. And I just say that because I was thinking about that yesterday. It was Friday, and I'm like, everyone else gets to go do fun stuff this weekend. Why I'm going to yet again work another Saturday, and like I don't get additional compensation for working more hours. And so, I was just pretty frustrated, but I feel like a lot of the time we put ourselves in situations where we give ourselves a chance to get ahead and to really improve our future and to invest in our future. But then when it comes time to actually doing that, it gets really hard. And of course it's hard, like you chose the hard, but sometimes you just need to be grateful for the opportunity and grateful for the hard, because in the moment it does kind of stink. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. I'm going to touch up some spots on my gun that I just saw that I didn't notice before. And then I'm going to try and keep this cat out of my house because it keeps trying to go inside. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in.